Welcome to Chronicles of Asia, and hello students. Hope my videos on history of Southeast Asia must be enriching to you. And as I uploaded two videos on the rule of Rama V in Siam, in continuation with that, today I will give specifically the development initiated by Rama V. In my earlier videos, what I taught you, let's take a quick recap of that. In my earlier video, I just told you that Rama V was crowned as a king when he was maybe 15 years of age, and he was crowned in 1873, and he initiated a lot of reforms in judiciary also, and in administrative reform also, and he abolished serfdom, and he established Western style of 14 ministries, and he nominated Damarong as Minister of Interior Affairs, and in his ministry, as Thailand and you can say Siam developed as a very powerful country, as a competent country, and the semi-feudal uh, laws was gradually abolished from the outer province, and it was replaced by a centralized state administration. And under Demerong, the Ministry of Interior became immensely powerful and played a central role in national unification. And as I also told you that Chulalongkorn or Rama V was emphasized in and appreciated the importance of education, and he formed three kinds of school, one for royal family, one for government officials, and one for the girls. And so let's now start with the developments he initiated in my this video. So the in his regime, the country's first railroads were built, and a line was completed from Bangkok to Ayutthaya in 1897, and it was further extended to Lopburi in 1901, and a rail line was built in the south to Phetchaburi by 1903, and it was extended to such level that it eventually linked to the British rail lines in Peninsular Malaya. So you can imagine the extension of the railway line network of the railway line built in his regime. And and when what we can what we have noticed, that there is one peculiar feature or peculiar characteristic of the Siam, that it was never colonized by any of the imperial powers, and and but apart from it, that his neighboring nations were colonized by imperial powers, by French possessions. Cambodia, um, and Indochina was having French possessions. Burma, or you can say Myanmar, was having British possessions. But Siam was never ruled by any colonial power. But when at the time when the colonial zeal was in full swing in the neighboring nations, and so at this time Rama V demonstrated to foreign governments that Thailand was not in need of civilizing, but was a full-fledged of the global community, member of the global community. He wanted to develop Siam in all ways, so that no Western or colonial powers can take the excuse to invade Siam and to civilize it, so or to colonize the country. By the time of this Rama fifth reign, up now, what we can see that he was very visionary, and in his vision, when he was ruling the country, the Ratan Kausin, if we go for the history, it was some people say that it is a artificial island at the center of the Bangkok, and it was developed by the Rama first of Chakri dynasty. So it was having a 100 years, and it in centenary to celebrate the centenary of Ratan Kosan Island. He organized a very gala, very grand ceremony to show the world, and he developed and has changed Ratan Council also, and Bangkok was also changed. Many houses and ministry buildings were built in Western style, and whole of the country was modernized also. Telegraph was there, telephone was there, train, and I've just told you, and tram systems was constructed. So it was during his reign that bank up. Now the one thing more I want to tell you, that the Rama fifth Rama there was a wall. Rama first fortified the Ratan Kosan island also, and the Bangkok also, and he built walls around it just to prevent it from the Burmese invasion. So he just dismantled that wall also, and when he dismantled that wall, the broad view of the Siam was exposed to the whole world. And and he was the, you can say that he became the Thailand's first king who traveled extensively all also to other countries on other states. Now, if when I told you that that Siam never experienced any colonial mm, invasion and colonial rule, but it was not so that it was not there was not any pressure from the colonial imperial powers. There was a constant pressure from the French also, from the British also, and there was a warships also between France and between Siam, and it ended in Gulf of Siam in 1893. And what was the result of this warship? That the Siam has to lose some of its territories to north and east of the Mekong River to and some parts of Cambodia to France. And it's same thing happened in the southern parts also, southern territories of Kedah, for Perlis, and for Kelantil. It went into the hands of England. The loss, we can say that the loss of this some territories was there. It no doubt it was given, it handed over to the French also, and it handed over to the British also. But in this thing, um, what Rama Fifth was successful in saving, enabling Siam to save the main part of the country. And now England and France came to an agreement that Siam will be the buffer state, between British and French. Whenever French wants to invade, British will oppose it, and whenever British will want to invade Siam, French will oppose it, because both of the imperial powers were having the possessions in the neighboring nations. As a result, the Thailand never experienced colony of any Western country in all its long history. Now, if we say that Rama Fifth influence is evident in his cosmopolitan style of kingship. He was a very forward-looking monarch, and he began to practice began the practice of educating his many sons in dozen European capitals countries. And his aim was to enhance Thailand's, bringing abroad a new knowledge, scientific knowledge, and Western style of knowledge. And he wanted his sons to absorb the ideas, the tenets of administration, which could be usefully employed in Thailand. And it happened. His sons, when they returned, they supervised the foreign advisors to the Rama Fifth, and they wanted to the reshape Thai government and Thai society as well. And they wanted it to match it with international standards. And what is this now, what is it was there I just told you in my earlier video video that Rama V was very much emphasized in the central state policy, and he just wanted the all parts of this kingdom under one central government and initiated, and for this he initiated far reaching development projects. And in one such project, if we talk about, he built canal to the northwest of Bangkok, and which crossed 100 square kilometers of rice land. And when the canal was developed, this rice land was became the very rich rice bowl of Thailand, and the which resulted in the flourishing of Thai economy as well, and made Thailand a prosperous country. And what is this? If we talk about if we talk about the vision of Rama Fifth, that he wanted to develop and the whole Siam in such a way that this development penetrates to the far end, sitting at the people, to the far end people sitting at the end of the country. And now if we the king, if we analyze, and if we want to explain Rama Fifth in one sentence, the reign of Rama Fifth has been generally accepted as a transformative period from which modern Siam Thailand emerged. Rama Fifth is often depicted as the Prometheus like figure who bestowed the gift of modernity on Thai society. Now, if we go for the personal life of Rama Fifth, Chulalongkorn, we can say, so he was a great writer also, and he was a great writer, and he was a poet also. He wrote many of the letters to his daughters, to his sons when he visited Malaya Peninsula, and he wrote some of the, and that was very much popular in Thailand. And now he wrote some of the books also, that was that was very much, it was published later on when he posthumously it was published. And he had a very good relation with the foreign countries also. And uh, so the but he was not a very happy person, and it was he was disheartened by his illness. He became ill, and in 1910 he died. And before that, he wrote many of the books also, some of the poems also, and some of the his letter, what he wrote in his letters to his daughter was very became very much popular. And his publication, his letter was published, his letters to his daughters was published as a name, his Far From Home. And his historical study, the royal ceremonies, were also published. So what we, and his even his speech was also published in 1888. And he wrote drama as well, and his best known drama being No Pa. And so he was the, and one more thing, that he was the longest ruling monarch of Chakri dynasty from 1873 to 1910. So I have covered almost all the points on Rama Fifth in my three videos. So if you like my video, please like it and subscribe it, and thank you for it. And I will come again with a new video on the Malaya Peninsula. Thank you.